Are you feeling stuck, lost in the middle of life's disappointments, wondering if your prayers are being heard? You're not alone. Today, we're diving deep into Psalm 40 to discover how to trust God's plan, even when it feels like nothing is changing. Stick around because the message you need to hear might be right here. The Bible tells us, "Blessed is the man who makes the Lord his trust." Psalm 44, ESV. But what happens when trusting feels like the hardest thing to do? When life is painful, when prayers seem unanswered, and when suffering just won't go away. Today, let's explore how even in our deepest struggles, God is calling us to trust Him in ways that are greater than our understanding. Have you ever felt like your prayers aren't being answered? Like you're stuck in a situation that doesn't seem to change, no matter how hard you pray? We all have those moments when life feels unfair, when the disappointments linger, and when we wonder if God is even listening. Some memories hurt, and some sufferings seem to last forever. It's in these moments we find ourselves in the same place as David in Psalm 40. David cried out to God for deliverance. He praised God for his past faithfulness, yet in the very next breath, he asked for help again. This teaches us something profound about faith. Trusting God doesn't mean we ignore the hardships. It means we acknowledge the difficulties while still trusting that God is sovereign, fully able to work things out in His timing, even when we can't see the bigger picture. Psalm 41 says, "I waited patiently for the Lord. He inclined to me and heard my cry." The Hebrew word for waited here implies ongoing patience, an eager expectancy and hope. Waiting on God is not passive, it's active trust. It's choosing to believe that God is working, even when the process feels messy and painful. First, we need to be honest with ourselves and God. It's okay to feel hurt, confused, and disappointed. But we must remind ourselves that our trust isn't in our circumstances changing, but in God's unchanging promises. Our reality may be painful, but God is still good and He is still working. Next, we learn from Psalm 40 that God works on His timing. It may take longer than we want, but He promises to set our feet on solid rock, to establish us after we've waited patiently for Him. While we're in the process, it can feel like we're in the pit, stuck in the mud, but trust that God is working things out for our good. Lastly, remember that the most powerful praise often comes from the deepest pain. Psalm 43 says God will put a new song in our mouths, a song of praise that many will see and trust in the Lord. Sometimes, the process of suffering produces the most beautiful melodies of faith. Are you feeling stuck in life's disappointments? Trust that God is making something beautiful out of your struggles. If this message resonated with you, share this video with someone who might need it. And don't forget to subscribe for more faith encouragement. Leave a comment below, sharing how you're trusting God in your own journey. We'd love to pray with you. Remember, even when life feels uncertain, God is good, and He is right here with us.